Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Invitational stream on this Saturday night, October 1st. I am, as always, Cursed Chords. As I had announced earlier on Discord and elsewhere, our two competitors for tonight, Smithers and Bugle, who will be providing the commentary, weren't able to be with me together in this time slot. So we got together earlier today and did the recording. And so in this stream, I am just going to play it back for you, basically. I am, once that starts, I'll mute myself. I'll still be in the chat if anyone has any questions or wants to chat, I suppose. But other than that, I am simply going to start this playing and hope you enjoy tonight's game. Hello, good night. Welcome to the second quarterfinal of the Meticulous Talks Invitational for this year. With me, I have Bugle. You go first.
Hi, I'm Bugle.
And I'm Smithers.
Yep. Yeah. These are our two competitors for tonight. In following with the thing that we're trying to do this year and having the competitors do the commentary whenever possible. Obviously, in Smithers' case, that means that this is pre-recorded.
Mm-hmm. While I'm sure my commentary at 2 o'clock in the morning would be interesting, it wouldn't necessarily be useful.
That said, I agree with whatever has been said in chat just right now.
Absolutely. So, yeah, you guys played. Well, yeah, you played over this week. These are the games. I don't know why I'm saying this. You guys started out with Adventure. Whose deck do you want to talk about first?
Either one.
Let's do Smithers first, I guess. Google got to introduce himself first.
Mm-hmm.
So, for Adventure, and I guess, yeah, we won't bury the lead. I'll just say there was some speculation between the both of you on whether this would be the first Luna Mirror of the event, but 'twas not to be. Smithers did select his Luna deck.
Yep, the mind games were apparently in force because both Bugle and Smithers, I think, thought I was going to play AJ. And then
Smithers thought Smithers was.
But yeah, so you have a somewhat well, it's not novel. It's the same Luna deck you've been playing all year, but it's different from what everybody else did. There's a lot of Luna Pink in the field, but you are playing the old mono style. And is that just because this is the deck you're most familiar with, or is there something else to it?
Yeah, I've been playing, say, Luna mono for quite a while now. Basically ever since Starting Problem was released, and I dropped Trading Traditions orange monocolored deck. It's just, yeah, what I'm playing. Play it pretty well. So
If it ain't broke.
nice, comfortable.
Yeah. And in this case, well, yeah, you are going to be going up against Bugle playing Skystar. Skystar White. Well, I mean, it's a control deck, right, Bugle?
Yeah, Skystar White, orange even.
That's right, yes. So, this matchup, well, you're basically just going fast, right, Smithers?
That's the hope.
Well, yeah, pretty simple, straightforward game plan. It's Luna. It does all the things that Luna usually does. Little bit of, well, soft resource removal and trashed. Lots of hasty, lots of point acceleration. Honestly, I feel like I've talked about enough Luna decks in my lifetime. I kind of run out of things to say eventually.
Well, you better find out more to say, because we have more Bluna decks to talk about.
That's true.
It's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
And sure, let us switch over to yours then, Bugle.
Yeah. So you can tell all right off the bat that I sideboarded wrong.
Yeah, I have a policy of usually not putting sideboarded cards in the key cards section, but I was kind of tempted to here. Right, are you guys still with me? Uh-oh. I think I might have lost you guys.
I might have lost.
Oh, I heard you there. Bugle, you still with us?
My push to talk button just stopped working. Well, what I was saying was I'm not used to Bluna decks running resources that matter in any way. And I had just woken up and I had forgotten to check Smithers' list because I'm like, well, it's Bluna. What do I need to check it for? And there are some. There's an important resource in that list, I would say.
It has its moments.
Yeah. Other than that, the list is basically built around 2 cards, and they both have party in the name.
Yep. Party of one and party hard, right?
Yep. The theory is you play the one, and then you play the other. The order you play them in. Usually you want to get rid of your own stuff first. If you have a bodyguard, it doesn't always matter which order you do it in. If you have 2 bodyguards, maybe you want to party of one first. I don't know. But the plan is, hey, Group Hug was a good card. Let's see if we can do that again.
Sure, why not? And so, well, yeah, you're essentially hoping that you can get that off, well, before you lose, pretty much, right?
Yeah. I wasn't so. I did pick this expecting AJ, because I expected both of my lists to lose to AJ, and I expected my Bluna list to beat his Bluna list.
Right.
So I thought I was sacrificing this list, but then he played Bluna, and I was like, oh, well, I have bailouts. I have removal that is pretty relevant against his actually large friends. This might work.
Okay. Well,
There are
then,
certainly a lot of ways in your list to respond to me, prevent my confronts.
Yeah, that's the hope.
it should be, yeah, pretty straightforward match we've seen, well, archetypal match we've seen a bunch of times. The control deck and the fast aggro deck. So, shall we get to it?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, then. Take it away, guys.
So that's a mulligan. This opening hand is awful because I try and play off of white, and all I could do there was play some diamond tiaras, really.
That opening hand had no way to double confront turn 2,
Okay.
so let's try and find something that
Okay.
does.
This
And
hand
this
is
does.
much better. It has a soprano, which I can use to get rid of his possible only turn 1 confront, which could be very handy. So I'm actually pretty happy with this, despite the fact I have no way of entering orange. Hey, look, it's that card that always happens.
Given
And
the
then
existing trading traditions, I have 2 ways to confront turn 1 with either Aloe or Grandpa Gruff.
You have too much entry.
You have 3 ways. You also have
now I
Professor
just
of
rolled a
Loyalty.
third.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
the
on top of
correct
that, he has
answer
3
seems
plushie
to be
dashes in
plushie
his
dash,
hand.
despite you having 2 of them. But let me write everything else down.
I mean, it's a strong card.
So I really don't like this opening hand. It is very, very, very fast. This is one of the fastest opening hands Mono Bluna can have. So I'm not a fan of it.
I am naturally rather more of a fan.
Yeah.
This way you only have 2
Plushie Dash is
plushie
absolutely
dashes in your hand
fantastic.
instead of
I've
3.
got 1 cost friends, which mean I can save an
But
action
yeah,
to
let's.
4 Plushie Dash.
I will.
Oh, that one. I was going to discard this one.
Well, yeah, I think I'm good writing things down.
Okay. Main
Yep.
phase.
Yep.
Once I get reminded of the other part of Soprano.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he draws the most important
Okay,
card
I'm shocked.
in his deck.
I'm
I say
sure.
that like Plushie Dash isn't actually the most important card in his deck.
Okay.
Go 10.
Game 2, draw a card.
So Tender Taps
So I
is
can stop the DFO,
yes.
but is that worth it in any real capacity?
What was I thinking that could stop it here? Oh right. I was thinking I could flip
you do
my
stop
own main to
I can X, but is that worth it? Is the story of my life.
have a
in this game.
single
Let's
and
see. So that would
get
be
rid of
6
my
versus
additional
4.
white and also not really slow you down all that much because you have a tarnished
It would be-
reputation.
you could play the wanna bet if you win, but you know, what are the chances of that happening?
Well, I plan to win a face-off at some point during this game, so I'll
Oh
get to
wait,
play
well,
it eventually, I'm sure.
silly. I'm gonna pay 1.
But I
For
do
Sonata.
wind up liking this play a lot better. Getting the Sonata
Go
out,
ahead.
especially if I can play this Diamond Tiara, can be pretty relevant.
Okay, that's much less silly.
I know about
yeah,
the
this
Plushie
Sonata-
Dash,
And a card.
but I know you also didn't have any other hazy friends at the time. So this felt like it actually slowed you down a bit more.
It requires slightly more effort on your part anyway.
Yeah, Sonata is
Yeah, annoying ain't
usually quite annoying to get around.
Yeah.
In this case, confronting with an extra friend is actually the easy part. It's confronting with an extra 2 power to get through the eccentric if you don't use the ability. It's more difficult. Well, I mean, it's as simple as playing this Professor of Loyalty, but
Somehow the eccentric 2 is being the annoying part right now.
I'm aware.
That's just bad for the future.
I also was hoping I wouldn't need to banish anything with Sonata here, and if I did, it would probably have been the
I'm gonna run away and confront this problem.
Fair enough. I think that's
The Diamond
hilarious,
Tiara.
honestly.
Your turn.
My turn. Game
Tyrants
3.
is scary.
yeah, I could have confronted either problem with that
with the
plan.
Professor.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, you're used to trading traditions needing 4, not 6.
Now, what I think I
Draw a card for
actually
turn.
should have done here and didn't wind up doing is I think I should have flipped Sonata, or not Sonata, flipped a Skystar, put the tokens at tarnished, and then also moved Skystar to tarnished. But instead I go for
Throw
the single
Bodyguard into
confront,
play.
get more white on the board. But
You opened me up to a single to get rid of Tarnished Reputation, and I think that was worth going for.
Score phase.
Plus, I
confront
would
one.
have had
So,
Go ahead.
7 versus 5, which is pretty favored.
card.
But you look at this bodyguard and you go, well, I want bodyguard to be in play.
Focus
Why would I
one.
not want Oh, right. That's why I would not
Oh.
want bodyguard to be in play. And now Skystar is really
and
bad.
confront Tarnished Rep.
Okay.
Skystar and bodyguards have just got a lot more expensive at doing their thing.
Yeah.
I forgot that was in that deck.
So spoilers. Things are bad.
Hmm. We're gonna pay 4 for Minuet. And keep her unfrightened. I am going to take your Professor Dash.
Now, this
And
was just bad math
throw
on
her
my
to
part. I thought I was
the fans.
stopping the plushie dash DFO,
This is going
but
to
I
seem
forgot
weird,
about
but
Aloe.
We're actually going to keep this token.
That said, keeping the token was correct.
Yes.
I want the
Under the
bodies
theory that you'll
and
start a DFO
the chance
eventually,
that...
and I'll get my money back.
Right, yes.
Score
You were
phase
probably
confront for
better
one.
prepared for that
Are you
at some
going
point.
to
Yes.
do the thing that is a
Oh, yeah.
consequence
always
of
forget
the
about
cost
that.
you paid?
No, it's more important to look at yours because you have final question in your deck.
As we saw last week, final questions. Kind of a good card. Worth running 8 in your invitationals
On top
lists,
it
apparently.
stays.
Alright. Not final question next.
Go ahead.
It can score you a lot of points. And points are good. Especially when you're playing blue
point.
aggro.
Yes.
I interrupted that, I realised. Right. Action tokens. Drawing a card.
So there we see plushie dash number
It's
4.
so weird being turned
I'm
4
counting...
and Luna not having DFO'd yet.
Yeah, that's very funny. But I am counting Loyal Sea Pony as a plushie dash
Playoff
because
enough, it happens
realistically
sometimes.
it is a plushie dash.
Yes.
Just one that costs 5.
And also gets me a 4-power Swift.
And
threat
Skystar
at
has
the same time.
And that.
Both of these things are normally like turn 2.
Yeah. I'm going to pay 1 for Aloe
Okay,
and give Luna the +2.
sure.
Yep, that is enough.
That puts you at 7, I believe.
I believe so.
Nothing Sonata can do about that.
Get 3, 5, 3.
Nope,
4, 5,
not with
7.
Luda
Yeah,
now
7 total
being
power.
big enough to confront on
Yeah.
her own
Yes.
Doesn't put
If
me
only
at
you had
7
one
to
more.
activate
without the eccentric.
Yeah. Okay.
Confront.
Confront is fine by me.
Pay 3.
Mhm.
With everything.
Yep.
And confront.
Yep.
Multi-face off.
I will gain an action token.
There's your money back.
Yeah, and I have drawn 0 immediates at this point out of 9.
Believe you have
So
And now managed to flip one.
At 17.
that. Yeah. I only
yes,
have
and also
15.
I flipped one.
I'm going to pay 1
So I'm not feeling that great
Yep.
at the
Right now.
moment.
And
I'm staring at the worst resource I could be looking at.
Yep.
with no way of getting rid of it, am down 4 points, and have 0 relevant friends in play. Things are kinda not good. At least I flipped into an okay problem.
Things are going, in fact,
your screen for me,
pretty well my way.
Interruption is floating about an inch above the deck. Oh, it's
Yep.
probably still the color peg. Yeah.
And yes, that was in fact it. Okay. I do have this party of one in my hand, but what does it really actually do here? He's playing mono blue, so I'm not denying entry. I don't get any bodyguard tokens realistically. All it does is stop plushie dashes, and I know he doesn't have one in hand, asterisk. Yeah, that was just grabbing the wrong card. So I take the plushie dash here, knowing that he has the sea pony, and I'm just like, he can't play plushie dash next turn. It's impossible. What are the odds that he would draw a third plushie dash? I haven't seen his hand since he drew the third one, so I just genuinely don't know.
Then we
So
will
did
retire.
you pay the extra?
There being only one
I
left
paid
in the
4
deck,
for
and
many
I've
white
had
dice.
only a few draws since then.
I'm gonna retire
Yeah.
Chances are
Sonata
pretty strong that I haven't
and
seen it yet.
the token.
That was my theory.
I will also not make a token off of that one. Go ahead.
Also, you have to feel bad for those
What was
poor
making
seashells that I
token
grabbed at the
currently
beginning of the game and
frightened?
put off to the side going,
Just for funsies.
I know I'm going to need these.
Well, I mean, I
These are
can, I
coming into
suppose.
play.
Okay. How could you do this to poor Sweetie Belle? I'm gonna.
Smithers talked me into making and then immediately dismissing. Well, immediately frightening and having the token no longer exist,
Yep. Like Grandpa Gruff.
which is not quite the same thing.
Okay.
Score phase. Attempt to confront.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm planning to single that back, even though I get something frightened. But that doesn't happen.
Wow.
Yes, I did find all three. And attempt to confront.
I think I concede here.
Yeah.
It's amazing how often decks do draw
I
all three
cited out
copies
my
of the
big
same
max
card.
as I forgot you had Grogar's Lairs, and I'm not coming back from a 7-point deficit.
Which is not what I'd counted it to, because
Sure.
I was including that in my numbers.
Yeah, things went pretty badly that game for one of us. I would say you might have a different opinion.
No, I would agree. Things went badly that game for one of us.
Yeah, this well, frankly, this is what some people would call a build order loss in kind of the strategy game area. There was a mistake in the setup.
Well, even if I did draw a Big Mac, I also drew 0 ways to remove his friends outside of Party of One and 0 entry into Orange. So, like, there were catastrophes on top of catastrophes there.
Yep. Well, be that as it may, this is the beauty of the invitational format. You get a chance to get it back.
Yes, which was my plan, because
Indeed.
I said, going into this, even if I lose game 1, I don't care that I should be playing Applejack. I am going to be playing Zipper Will.
All right.
I didn't come to the Invitational to not play Zipper Will.
May as well tell us about your beautiful deck then, Bugle.
I like this deck. It's fun. So, as you probably guessed by the name, Zipper Will is pretty important.
Oh,
Though technically the name is...
sorry. I just realized the picture says adventure up there, but this is a core deck. Sorry about that.
Yeah. The other Zipper Will deck is, in fact, adventure. This one is core list. I considered running this in Adventure because of Portal, actually. But there weren't any other adventure cards that I wanted to run, like, at all. Maybe Barrel, maybe Food Fight or something. And I'm like, the core of this is actually in core. Let's make this a core deck where it might actually perform. This is actually a deck made by M, who played last week. And he calls it Glue Factory. I added mirror pools, so I call it however you would pronounce Glue Factory backwards. But yeah, the core is in fact Zipperwill, and you might be looking at this deck and going, well, how do you activate Zipperwill? But I'm going to assume that you're actually going to look at the key cards and go, oh, that's how you activate Zipperwill, by gaining more action tokens.
I actually didn't put Amusement Factory in there. I put incriminating evidence in there instead.
Oh, well, Amusement Factory, I would say, is the other core card, because it is how you activate the Zipperwill.
Mm-hmm.
And how the deck got its name, I imagine. But to walk people through it, the dream here is to have an incriminating evidence, an Amusement Factory, and a Zipperwill. You can either play the Zipperwill by having the yellow rec. You presumably have the purple rec because Student 6 always chooses purple. Or you could exhaust Student 6 and remove 2 counters and go, I don't need yellow. I'm going to put this into play anyway. And then you wait for your opponent to have 2 action tokens, and then suddenly they have less than 2, or 2 less action tokens than they did before, and you have 2 more action tokens. You just stole it right from them. It's very fun. What this does require, though, is the opponent to actually have action tokens. Normally, this means you just do this during their main phase, but some people play immediate, some people play hasty cards. Some people will get rid of your Amusement Factory at immediate speed, which is rather rude, because then you're like, well, what does poor Zipperwill do? Actually play with her dogs? We can't have that happen. But yeah, outside of that, it's mostly just a bunch of control tools and AT gaining tools. I call the deck an AT superiority deck, because not only am I trying to deny my opponent action tokens, I am trying to amass an army of action tokens, which is why this is actually a 5-color deck and is running those 2 Mistmains as well. I actually wound up like starting a turn with I want to say 6 action tokens and then still scoring 7 points off of Mistmain. That was pretty fun.
Wow.
That did not happen in the game with Smithers here. We'll see what actually happened.
Oh, spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't have said that I'd done that. I would not deny people the pleasure of seeing a turn like that for themselves.
Yeah. Gotta say, deck where you get a pile of action tokens, win with Mistmain. That doesn't sound like one of M's decks at all.
I don't think he actually ran Mistmain. I had to build this from scratch. I asked him for a deck list, and he said, "Sorry, I don't think I saved one." So I had to just rebuild it from memory. He did remind me, thankfully, about running Student 6 and the Slarites, and I'm like, oh, right, this is a 3-color deck, and because of Rainbow Shine and Sunburst, Slarite is fantastic entry. It is arguably the best entry that this list has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and well, Student 6 is a main that's been somewhat pigeonholed into Reanimator, but I know there's a bunch of people who like it as a more versatile main. And
yeah, I like Student 6 a lot for 3-color decks if you can justify it. Slarite into Rainbow Shine and Sunburst is pretty good justification, because you are likely to have something early, assuming you always choose purple, which, as I said before, you always choose purple for this list. The tranquilities also help. One rec for find a different card effectively. But yeah, I was pretty excited to play this list.
I was pretty excited to see it in action.
Yeah.
Moving over to Smithers. We have a Fluttershy Stunning Wonder Blue, one of many.
One of 6.
I don't know if it's 6.
It is 6.
Oh, right, 6 of 8. Yeah, that's right. So the version that we had on last week eminently stated, basically, in his argument that he felt it wasn't as necessary to have a whole bunch of dilemmas in the deck. But yours, Smithers, has, well, quite a few more than his did.
Yep.
So I guess that's my first question. What's your rationale there?
Well, I think there are more turns than he thinks, where I play a dilemma to single confront one turn and then double confront the next. Also, just dilemmas do come in useful in a lot of places. They trigger, of course, I've forgotten her name, the friend that gives things +1 power at dilemmas and moves 1/1 when you play them.
Paper Trail.
Paper Trail, that's it. And they get you around troublemakers, they get you around your opponent having big problems or otherwise hard to confront problems.
I
Yeah, I
was
really like
surprised at the lack of corralling critters, though.
Yeah, I think everyone except me and possibly M is running a full set of quelling critters, and I have none.
Yeah.
What I do have that no one else has is Washout's Performance, which has the same text as Angel Wings, except on a dilemma. So
Pretty good.
apparently I am playing Hot Wings after all.
Pretty much.
No.
Yeah, yours is. I would say, yeah, it's noticeably more aggressive than Eminently's. You have the Bunyips, whereas he does not. And a few more, well, just yellow friends in general. He's mostly yellow-blue friends, at least in terms of the stuff that has
Well,
yellow.
He wanted mostly blue friends because of Snack Stand. So the only friend he can't play off of Snack Stand is Yona in the entire deck.
Ah, I see. Right. Optimizing.
Assuming he calls blue, which he would.
Would make sense.
He's going to call unless he's got a very good reason not to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess you also have the Spooky Ruins in here, which I'm not sure how universal that is. I should look at the other decks.
Certainly not the only Spooky Ruins. I don't remember if it's in all of the lists.
There's a lot of lists to look through.
Yeah. I think the people who were concerned about Chaos Control ran Spooky Ruins, and the people who weren't did not.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But so regardless, less of a sort of traditional control versus aggro matchup, but still very clear who's running the fast deck and who is going to be trying to slow them down.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah, I wound up playing 2 control lists against Smithers and 0 troublemakers between the 2 of them. So not the traditional control versus aggro, indeed.
But is there anything else you guys want to say before we get to it?
I will say that I was actually pretty glad that he chose Fluttershy here. My testing is that incriminating evidence or a sunburst, if you can get either one of those out early, the Fluttershy deck slows down monumentally. So I was pretty excited for this matchup.
Incriminating evidence is you lose an action token at the end of your turn, right?
Right.
So
and if you DFO,
that's pretty good against Stunning Wonder.
Yeah.
Okay, well, something to watch for, I guess. You guys ready?
Think
Yeah.
so.
All right, let's go.
So again, a hand with no entry, so shipped that back. And I draw into a hand that I am still pretty not happy with.
I suppose I'll keep this hand, though.
I'm not Rush Makeover
with it, truth be told.
Rush Makeover is a card that you want to play off of Rainbow Shine, not into Rainbow Shine. And that is literally the only thing that this hand can do outside of playing the Featherweight. And Rainbow Shine with this particular hand just seems better because of the
Is it actually correct?
The what's it called? The Spider Surprise. Now I'm
I'm going to give him
debating
2 action tokens. That's
single
gonna happen.
confronting
That
here,
is correct.
which
Yeah, this is very weird, but I think it's correct.
to comment on past me, I think it's
Makeover
actually
my
not
main
correct.
into pink. 1 for Rainbow Shine.
Because I do wind up, I think, accelerating him a
Scoreface,
bit
attempt to
more than I
confront.
realized I would be here. But I was thinking, hey,
Sure.
I can get
Confront.
2 points here. That's 2 points I just don't have to worry
Go
about
ahead.
later. And I'm not giving him any bonus points in doing
That's
so.
exhausting
But I am
my
flipping
turn
his main on his
rather than
before
the
his turn
I
too.
mean, I can't belly flop anyway.
That's not
so.
great.
Oh, he's going to exhaust in your turn for to exhaust.
That said, I didn't really have a way to confront the mystery at
Don't want
Hopalo
you
here,
starting a single face
so
there.
I still wasn't
I mean,
really
it would give me a card.
like playing
but
it to the other problem might not have
me a card.
actually accomplished anything either.
So my
Like,
hand has only 1 entry, which is a little more fragile than I would like.
Yeah.
I'm actually considering not even playing it this turn to perhaps have slightly less risk of
Okay.
not being able to play something off it.
Yep.
Your turn.
Game 2,
Now,
draw a card.
I make a
We're ready.
pretty massive misplay on this turn actually, because there are 4 colors in play right now. Blue, yellow, pink, and purple. I could flip
Oh,
my
well,
main
damn it,
and
didn't pay off. Scoreface
get a
confront.
counter.
Yep.
But I just
Face off.
don't do it. I just forget. Which would really help in a situation where I have no way of playing this
Hooray.
featherweight.
Let's see. Do I want chaos? I don't think so. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I have any chaos in my list. So but I could have exhausted Rainbow Shine for no reason
Score points
there.
early game, and I knew you were going to flip soon eventually. So.
Yep. I was wondering if I was gonna see you exhausted in your turn again.
But yeah, now I'm letting him start the
No.
turn
I get an 80
with
and
4
5
action
for my
Yes.
tokens. And also having a friend in play. That's really not a great
Okay,
decision on my part.
My turn.
But
Oh,
I genuinely
forgot
don't
I
know
could
that I
flip
had
on turn.
anything
Oh,
else that
well,
I could have
go ahead.
done all that relevant.
I should have flipped actually.
Also, I mentioned earlier having
But
washout.
I
So
wasn't paying attention to
now
the fact
got
that you played a blue card.
all 3 of them.
That thing that
Yeah.
happens very
Yeah,
frequently in that deck.
How dare I play my second color? Can't afford that. Pay 2. Fortunately, my entry has
No,
survived
that's a
long
good
enough
card.
that I get to play
This is a good card.
Yeah,
one of the best cards in the deck.
well, there are no cards that I could have played off of 2 pink and 3 purple to have disrupted your
And attempt to
card. I would have needed to have gained
See, I could
more
have 2
pink
counters on
and
my
then
main
also
right
belly
now
flopped.
if I was smart.
Or gained more purple
Stop
for
it.
0 or
I'm
for
done.
1 action token. So I could have played a Slarite, I suppose,
Ready. Draw card.
to have buried your entry there.
Okay, we're gonna pay 2 to flip.
So yeah, I realized my mistake and I flipped, and that's really all I can do here.
And then we're going to pass the turn to you.
Uh,
And this time I will exhaust. on your
I'm
turn.
really light on entry.
Okay.
The Slarite or a rushed makeover
This one.
would allow me to actually have been playing
And then
this
I draw a card.
belly flop, which there's just nothing I can do about it. Because I could have taken
Pay 2.
one of
3.
the blue-yellow friends
shouts.
and then retired it if I had 3 pink
Okay.
at that point in time. And I would have been in a much better position and not
Vapor
been
Trail
staring at
Shine.
this 2AT DFO.
The token and the card. A 0 for Yona.
Okay.
Said I. Oh no, yeah, I think you exhaust the Philly racers here to put the bunyip into play, or to play the bunyip rather.
I'm pretty sure I play either Bunyip or Shoe Shine.
You might
can't
play
remember which.
both, because getting the critter pretty valuable later on.
Yeah, I probably should play both. I think
Okay.
I don't actually play Shoe Shine yet.
No. I
So
remember
let's
Shoe
see,
Shine
face to
showing
face.
up.
Go for
Okay, it wasn't this
Cycling
turn.
Duchess.
Let's see here.
So I say let's see here as though I can do anything. I
This is
can't.
an interesting situation you've put me in.
Oh no, I can. I have the purple wreck this turn. That's right. And it costs 1 less.
Okay, yeah, we're going to pay 1.
Yeah.
And Spider Surprise the Bunyip to the top of your deck.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I could have stopped.
I can't stop the
I want
DFO.
the mystery
Well, I
trigger.
could stop the DFO by hitting the Vapor Trail,
So still confront
but the bunyip is just scarier at this point in time.
and washouts.
Yep.
And if I had put Vapor Trail on top, there wouldn't have been a face-off, so you would have just played Vapor Trail again.
Okay.
Even with the 1 flip I win.
Yep.
Yeah, getting rid of the Bunyip is basically just costing me 1 point.
Yes.
I'm gonna find a Slarite.
Yeah. Find a Slarite here.
Oh, it's that problem
and
I left on top of your deck last game.
Flipped into another mystery,
still there.
but I thought I only had 1 mystery in my deck, so I saw that mystery and was like, oh,
since then.
I did not replace my problem. So in a moment, you're going to see me
Ready?
replace
Oh,
the
I
problem
forgot.
again.
Draw a card. Darn.
No one
game
caught
3.
that.
Draw a card.
I had been too busy replacing my own problem the first time Bugle replaced his, so I didn't notice.
But I was looking at this mystery and going, wait, there's only 1 mystery in my deck.
I did
There's
not replace my problem.
So I
1,
just
4,
replace it again here.
That's great.
Which I flipped into a problem that is much better for
Hold
me.
on, now I have to actually think. Okay, yeah, I think there's only one way to do this, and it is so weird, but absolutely correct. Exhaust Student 6.
Have you ever seen Student 6 to play a Slarite? Because I just exhausted Student 6 to play a Slarite.
Yeah, there's a reason to put a Slarite there, I think.
Definitely the first time I've seen it.
Where does Slarite want to live? Where does Slarite want to live?
We'll put Slarite.
Student 6 is commonly used to
Your
help you
problem,
get
I
around play
suppose.
requirements, and
No.
putting a Sclerite into play is one way to meet play requirements.
Yeah, this is true.
Pink,
This
yellow.
is true.
Remove one counter.
But I only had the one counter,
Which
and
I
I
suppose I should have done as part of the cost.
wanted to
not
play the featherweight
resolution.
here.
Um,
And I could have paid all 5
featherweight
for
out.
this play.
Nope, let go. Oh my god.
It
Featherweight
just
out of
tabletop
problem.
being weird there. But
2 to move Rainbow Shine.
student 6 can only
And
play
go to
friends,
Scoreface.
and AT can be used for
Attempt
anything.
Front alternative
So
solution.
it just
You
made
did.
sense to me to go this
Attempt
route
Front
instead.
alternative solution.
Yep.
Hooray! Go ahead.
Banking one action token also,
Yep.
Okay. Far more useful for belly flopping me.
That said, my
No,
hand
okay,
is
chop.
looking kind of bad here. I don't have anything I want to Amusement Factory, so playing one just sets me behind, and I have 2. And I can't play,
I've never seen student 6 use
or no, I
accidentally.
could have played the incriminating evidence and not
That I could have
confronted, but
just played from hand. Yes.
scoring the 2 points seemed pretty relevant there. So I just have a lot of resources in my hand that aren't really accomplishing a whole lot at this point in time. And you have an AT gen that is better than mine at the moment. I even forgot to draw a card off of Rainbow
Right.
Shine this last turn, or the
Play
last
student
face-off,
6
which I
rather
believe I
than
commented on.
action tokens isn't in any way suspicious. I
like-
think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I actually should have done there, I think I was so tunnel visioned on scoring the 2 points, and I wouldn't have done this if
Championship.
not for
Oh,
accidentally
okay.
flipping my problem is. I think I should have minuetted and then
This time
belly
it's
flopped
getting
and
easier
got
to
rid
work
of
Okay.
your 2 multicolor friends there.
Those 2 multicolour friends are certainly pulling a lot of work.
Yeah.
One of them's getting me cheap friends, one of them's getting me free movement.
And power, free power.
And an extra power. Play shoe shine.
Ooh, okay.
And attempt to confront on button. Also between them helping me with the
Uh,
wreck for shoe shine.
Sounds good to me.
Yes.
Is this Fleshy Dash number 4?
Maybe.
Yeah. Plushie Dash is
Okay.
the one card that my belly flop cannot answer at this point in time. So pretty not happy about that.
I can with shoe shine, but let's have these ones.
Okay.
Attempt to confront.
Yes. I need another counter.
You do. Face off.
Okay. I'm going to draw a card this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rainbow Shine is not very helpful right here.
You have that pretty
And that's
handily.
the second minuet I flipped as well.
3 more points.
Speaking of threes, right? 2 minuets in flip zone, 1 in hand.
And I get a critter before I forget about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good, another one.
And there's a final question.
Yeah, so at this point, that alternative solution is correct. That should have been the first one that we were seeing.
2 things actually. Let's eat the critter and Professor of Loyalty to go
Okay.
move, and get traveler counters.
Sure.
Just shortcutting the shoe shine process, because actually not taking shortcuts on the shoe shine process is kind of tedious, actually.
Ready. Game
Yeah, I
4.
could do retire,
Draw card
move,
for 2.
counter, retire, move, counter.
Yeah.
Or I could do everything
Draw
in
card for
2s.
Eager.
This Luna's Future is also just not a card that I
You'll
want
let
to be
me
drawing
draw
here.
them
Like,
in the reverse order.
I have 2 cards in my hand that I'm actually happy to have. Though now I have the Zipper Will, so the
You don't actually.
the amusement factories. Well, the first one is a lot less bad. That said, his board is so good that denying him 2 action tokens here doesn't really do a whole lot. Plus, there's a final question in play. I can't afford to go for the cheeky Zipper Will nonsense at this point in time. But fortunately, he left the shoe shine at final question.
2 for amusement factory.
Forgetting how much Bugle likes my friends.
For minuet.
So I did it this
Thank you
way.
for leaving it at final question.
I did it this way so that I could
Core phase.
No, to be fair, you did see 2 minuets get flipped. What are the chances I have the third one? But I did it this way so that I could use the belly flop off of Rainbow
Scorpion's
Shine
good.
instead of
Scorpion's
throwing Shoe Shine
I'm
at
gonna
something
confront.
and potentially stop a DFO
I'm gonna
this
mark
upcoming
this
turn.
as having been confronted. I'm going to gain a counter. Before the end of my score phase, I will kindly return you your shoe shine.
I'm very generous. They call me
Gain an
Rarity
action
back
token.
in the
Shuffle.
what
It is shuffle.
3
Yes.
continentals ago? And a
Press the button
non-continentals?
before,
No, 4. Yeah, I don't know.
firing
And
that.
go ahead.
Uh,
As much as I would love to have confronted alternative solution twice this turn, I strangely had other priorities.
Yeah. Mhm.
Also, Shoeshine, unlike Bodyguard, cannot retire herself. She specifically says other, while
I'm gonna
Bodyguard
toss
does
Rainbow
not.
Maths.
Pass. Okay.
Okay,
Which is
maths.
fine with
Oh, maths.
me
Okay.
because I'm not going to want to retire her to herself
Also an
because
acceptable answer.
I don't get
yes.
any use out of moving her if she's been retired.
Yes, but it means I can't retire her to
Yes.
herself when I
It
have.
actually makes her better
Pay 2
because
for 1
people
down
who
with
borrow
fingers.
her can't
Yes.
get rid of her
Okay.
easily.
So this is Washout's
And
performance number 2.
Most of my triggers in sensible order.
Uh,
Any action token, draw
We
card
did not
first.
see one last turn, I
Mhm.
believe. Or did we see one last turn?
We saw one.
And
No,
then
we saw the
first
buff ball
go, I think.
strategy.
Yeah.
Or not strategy,
Probably.
I did rather speedrun the getting all 3 copies of it because I drew it both turn 1 and turn
No,
2, having
actually
already
it's
had
all
one in
better.
opening hand.
Well,
Yeah,
Yarn's the
it's
worst
that's
choice, but
pretty
she has
fast.
Swift, so.
Yeah.
But
And the actual choice between something with
Smithers
three
is
cards and something with two
anticipating a
cards.
belly flop here,
Mhm.
or some sort
Um,
of single target removal, and it turns out Rainbow Shine or not Rainbow Shine, Vapor Trail and Philly Racers
Yeah,
are both pretty good at having both of them is very strong against single target belly flop here when you're going to play the rocket scooter.
Absolutely.
Also, that's only Bunyip number 2. I could have sworn it was Bunyip number 3 for some reason. I think it was because the buck ball scored you an extra point.
Played Bad Hair Day for free.
Okay.
With washouts.
That's a play you don't see very often. I mean, well, no, you do see put Bad Hair Day into play for free very often.
More
You do,
expensive than
but
it was
you
in
don't
my
see
hand.
play Bad Hair Day for free.
Right.
1 to move Yona.
Okay.
2 for Rocket Scooter.
Oh. Well then.
Thusly.
That
makes things harder. Hold on. So, if Smithers did not have the plushie dash, I can stop the DFO at this point in time. I believe, by getting rid of the... No, I still don't think I can. I convinced myself that I could if he didn't have the plushie dash, but I think I forgot Angel Wings was also a critter. Or not Angel Wings, Fluttershy.
Yeah.
Usually people
Fluttershy is
confuse her as a
Pegasus.
different pony. Not Angel Wings though.
I don't know if this matters.
Yeah, getting rid of
Yoda is
Angel
the only
here.
I'm going to do it.
character on my side that
Play
isn't
Bunyip over here as well.
a Pegasus.
Okay,
Until
Bunyip
Bunyip.
absolutely does matter. Yeah, like getting rid of Angel here puts him at 5, but he can just retire the plushie dash and the 2 critters, and
Pursuing
that
before
works
score
out
phase, or
to put the 3 there, and I don't have a way to stop. So this is just bad situation all around here. No, I can't stop it, can I? Plus, this is 5 points on the board, so I have to stop either the DFO or the Bunyip. I think those are the only options here.
Front alternative solution.
Okay, good. That's the one that I can stop you at.
Interesting. I thought that was the less fragile one.
Oh, it's definitely the more fragile one. I don't think I can actually stop you, but I do force you to retire the scooter early? Does that actually matter? Yeah. The reason I said it's the less fragile one is it doesn't have 2 anthems at it. This is very interesting math here. If you didn't have the plushie dash, I could stop you. I'm still not sure that's true. I think it was actually the Vapor Trail that's allowing this regardless. Like the 2 anthems is just very big here.
Like moving Cloud Chaser and Flitter was the correct call as well.
Oh no, yeah. If you did not have the plushie dash, I could stop you. Yes, because you would have to retire Vapor Trail, or one of the critters at, or one of the Pegasi at
Flush dash, or even Fluttershy
watch
that
outs
much.
to still confront.
Effectively the same power.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. It doesn't matter.
Actually, yeah, Fluttershy would have been better because then I'd have another Pegasus at home, another Pegasus friend, retirable.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I have to hit the Bunyip and then prevent you from scoring a single point for the rest of the game. Seems unlikely. Viewers at home, vote how likely you feel that is.
It's the only hope.
When it's what you've got to do, it's what you've got to do.
Yeah. I mean, I could win this face-off, right? 3 versus like 12.
Yep.
And at washouts.
Not gonna do the math. It is 12. Oh, cool. Okay.
Yep.
Says would not do the math and does the math.
Draw a card
No, it's
again.
actually 30. Yeah.
Also,
No,
I
it's
didn't
12.
actually pay for that because I had the floating rainbow shine.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's a problem because I was really hoping to score 3 points off of alternative solution here. Well, and also you're at 14. Priorities, which is more important.
Retire some things. I don't have to retire some things for home limits. I could throw 3 Scootaloo's at a problem. Not sure it's wise. What I forget, of course, here is that I can also throw Scootaloo's at my opponent's resources. Not sure it matters. I've forgotten the resource removal side of Rocket Scooter. I've only thought of it as a
you blow it
Yeah,
up
I'm gonna-
yourself
I think
to
you
get
would
Well-
rather
more
have
Pegasi.
Rocket
I'm gonna
Scooter
do-
on your turn.
I don't know. We're gonna be retiring
It,
the
Rocket
Legion
Scooter does a lot of
Pegasi anyway.
things. It's easy to forget what some of them can do.
Do I want to retire real Pegasi? I suppose it's most. I suppose it's most valuable as a backup against your tricks. So let's retire them to Hamlet and one more, I guess.
I think you picked the Yona here because of Pegasus
I think
Club.
so.
Yona, you've been
Oh.
evicted from Pegasus Club.
Would you like to frighten her first?
No, that seems mean.
See, Smithers convinced me into scaring that poor unicorn, but
Game
isn't
5, draw 2.
willing to do it himself.
Yeah, those are also not helpful. This was kind of just an abysmal game for me, honestly.
Yeah,
But it's okay. It's okay.
so at this point, I'm realizing I have
Because I'll get
seen
to do the thing
0
once,
sunbursts, which is
Yay.
very
and
important,
isn't that what really matters?
and 0 tranquilities, which on
And
average I
actually scored
normally
2
see
points this time.
2.
Let's figure that out first.
Like just having that extra action token from the second tranquility can wind up mattering a lot, or any extra action tokens from sunburst while the calming is
No?
slowing
Oh, that's
the
very
Fluttershy player
sad.
down. But meanwhile, I'm looking at a lot of cards that don't actually do anything to your side of the board, except the Luna's Future, which doesn't do anything I want it to do.
We're putting Zippo into play.
So I wind up doing this
guess I
play
could
just kind of
theoretically
out of
still score a
spite
point.
instead.
Yeah, I guess I can still score a point. No, I can't.
I
2,
don't think there's
4,
any
6.
need for
Yeah,
spite.
I
as a
definitely can't.
Play
Okay.
this. It's a you want to do the thing that your deck is meant to do.
Going to pay 2 for Rainbow Shine. Then we're going to exhaust 2 Rainbow Shines in Luna's Future your Rocket Scooter out of spite.
Oh, that was the part that was spite.
Yes, that's the part that's spiteful.
Okay.
Because I couldn't do anything about that
Same
specific
thing.
card last time.
It's honestly not going to matter. Yes,
But,
I've
you know,
never seen anyone Luna's Future a Rocket Scooter before.
The reason I said it's not going to matter is because like there's nothing I can do. Like I could have paid to draw a lot for sure, but with 5 action tokens and a fill erasers, I would basically need to have 2 forms of disruption
Play,
to stop you. Well, granted,
incriminating
you're going to
evidence.
lose 2 with me doing the zipper wheel nonsense, but
Well, I suppose I could have confronted if I didn't play the incriminating evidence. Well, the difference between 5 points and 6 points doesn't matter when the opponent
The fact
has
that I
more
only
than
need to
6
confront
points.
one problem, I
yes.
don't have to do complex aggro maths. I just pile everything up.
Yeah, and you
high
had
as I
like
can.
you had the
Okay.
rocket scooter
Go
for
ahead and let
3
me know when I
free
have
power.
priority.
Like
Okay.
the chances of me stopping you were so abysmally small that
Gain actions.
it wasn't worth not
That
just
don't
doing.
figures, you have priority.
Let me at least
Okay.
show Zipper Will doing
I'm
her
gonna
thing
shuffle
one
Zippo
time
into
on
my
stream. Because there's no guarantee that
I
I'll
will
be
gain
playing
an
Zipper
action
Will
token.
again.
You will lose 2 action tokens.
Well, I mean, I guess I
I
could
will cross
just
incriminating
state
evidence and
right
gain another
here and
action
now I'm going to play Zipper Will in core no matter
Okay,
what,
have fun.
but maybe that's not the right call. I don't know who
I
my
got to do
opponent
the
even
thing.
is yet.
I'm
But
glad you enjoyed
I
doing
did
the
get to
thing.
do the thing. My opponent lost 2
Sounds
action
real bad.
tokens, and I gained 2 action tokens, all for the price of 4 action tokens.
There's Bunyip number 3.
Move.
Yes,
Fluttershy
that was Bunyip number. I
Yep.
knew there was 3
Fluttershy.
Bunyips involved in this somehow.
and play a bunyip
Okay.
and attempt to confront.
You can confront.
But you don't get 16
I-
points.
Mulligan into a hand that I could play cards,
No,
but was
the
still
game ends
very
before I
bad.
get to score from Bunyip.
And I didn't see a single sunburst, which is Yeah. I'm lamenting the lack of sunbursts there because the calming is actually very relevant in this particular matchup. Especially if you can get one early. I've prevented the Fluttershy player from flipping for a bit simply by invoking the calming and other meme things at their searching high and low.
Yeah, that does sound pretty interesting. Pretty useful.
Yeah.
Anyway, congratulations, Smithers.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep, both games went ultimately reasonably smoothly for the aggro decks. And they did what they were supposed to do. Bugle got rather unlucky in his draws.
Well, we can at least say that my deck did what it was supposed to do.
Isn't that the case? Yes.
It might not have mattered, but it did what it was supposed to do.
So with that, let's bring the bracket up on screen. Smithers is off into the second round to play against the winner of Cheese and Ivory. And well, as with last week, Bugle, you will be playing the loser of that match next.
Yeah. Maybe I get to. Maybe if Cheese loses, we'll have Zipperwill in core and adventure in the same match.
Ooh, that would be something. Zipperwill all over the place.
See both sides of Puppy Dog Pony.
Yeah. Sadly, the third Zipperwill does not make an appearance in either. Well, I guess she can't make an appearance in the core list, but she could have made an appearance in the adventure list just to make the army of critters not retire at the end of turn, I guess.
Nobody was willing to meme that hard, which is saying something because there was some pretty hard memeing going on in this invitational.
Yeah. I mean, the invitational is a good opportunity to show off decks because it is double elimination and also you have to build 4 of them. So it's a pretty good format for I had this silly idea, I want to play it at least once and have people see it.
For sure, yeah. Anyway, those were our games. That was all for tonight.
I think that was barely more than an hour because it's 2:45, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, we've used an hour and 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit shorter than we had last week, but sometimes them's the breaks, I guess.
Yeah.
Next week.
Not like my first match of last year's.
Yeah. Yeah. Just as a programming notice, next week is a long weekend up here in Canada. I am likely going to be out of town and not able to do the stream proper. We'll see. It may be Hithrock standing in for me. That's obviously plan A. It may be somebody else, but there will definitely be a stream on Saturday with whoever ends up playing, whether it's Grandpa's and Instagram or Cheese and Ivory.
Okay. Neither of them has done their match yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, hopefully that can happen soon.
Otherwise, thank you to both of you for making time.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
And best of luck in the rest of the tournament.
Yeah. Well, best of luck to you as well, Smithers.
And you.
Yeah.
And as for everybody there watching, thank you for making time to come join us tonight and come back next week for more phony cards.
Oh.
All right. I've been Cursicords.
Bye, Bugle.
I will continue to be Smithers.
Good night, everyone.